A total turnover of 7.32 billion shares, worth 156.425 billion in 134,383,000 deals, was traded this week by investors on the floor of the exchange, in contrast to a total of 3.575 billion shares, value at 107.011 billions, that exchanged hands last week in 146,429,000 deals. You know, last week there's a bit of sell-off that happened in the market, and if you look at the chart here, you will see how many days we've been getting red. You can see, if you look at the chart right here, we're looking at the daily chart, you can see 1, 2, that is the first started from 29th of October until when we had the worst, which was actually on the 11th of November, which is on Tuesday. And guess what? We were able to have a bounce on the 12th of November. So if you look at this down market, this is as a result of investors selling off because of the information of capital gain issue. And if you look, we had more transactions that happened, because why you're not seeing more of these, because we had 146,000 that happened last week. Why this week we actually witnessed 134 is because a lot of money are sitting on the sideline. Yes, a lot of money are sitting on the sideline, and very soon that money will start entering. They've started deploying those money, but a little bit of caution is being applied, so that you will not get another news. But the major news that we'll be looking at is what Taiwo said. That is Taiwo Oyedele. That is the person in charge of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform Committee. So we'll look at it, and we'll also look at a bit of information here concerning the inflow of the foreign portfolio investment, and we'll look at where the money is coming from, and also look at how to follow the data. These are some of the data that gives me mind and confidence in the market. You can see when the market was coming down around this area, it was dumping. There are a lot of people that I reach out to, and I said, relax, the market is going to bounce back. You see, the chart don't lie. If you see the parallel channel that I have drew here, those of you who have the course in your hands, which is the Stock Fortunado, you should be able to do this, and this should be able to guide you. And from here, you should be able to know another tools to apply to actually confirm these bias that I'm sharing with you. So if you see how the market obey, you see all this movement that you see. If you trace down into all this movement, you are going to see some news, some catalysts that actually trigger all of this. But as a technician, if you look at the chart, everything is playing out exactly. You understand? Everything is playing out well. Despite the fact that some are being driven by good earnings, some are being driven by news, some are being driven by company news, so to speak, they are still responding. You can see this form a support around this area, which is on the 4th of September, and another support also was formed around here, which was on the 25th of September. And you see from year to year, this is a massive gains that actually happen. You see here from another resistance, and as if they are actually talking to themselves, they also form another resistance in this area also, and we had another third support in this area. If you've been following me, I'm always not certain, so to speak, and there's a probability that if the fourth time the support will be broken, it happens 90% of the time, but not all of the time. That is why it is the market. Imagine we all know what the market is going to do. The market will be boring, and the market will be frustrating, because everybody will be doing the same thing at a particular time. So while some are thinking it is a good stock, some are thinking it's a bad stock. While some are thinking it is good to hold, some are thinking it is not good to hold. So it is because of this different interpretation of data and information that makes the market to be unfair to everyone. So if we had this bounce here, and gradually it's forming a little bit of resistance, but I'm expecting a break from this next week. And if we have that break from it, this area will now serve as a strong resistance. And this movement hopefully is going to do what? Is going to break this resistance. And if it bounce back, of course, we'll be expecting this will actually happen as a result of, if we want to look this chart, but this is not a double top, so to speak. It's not a double top, so to speak. But if we respect this area here and we push, we'll be hoping that we're going to break here, but there's no hope in the market. We're just following the market every day, and that is why I'm here to always give you content, to always keep you up to date, so that you know what is going on. Because in this market, this is money business. If you go off a week, you will come back and you will be lost. In fact, sometimes you will be wondering, what is going on? A lot is happening. So if you jump to this part and no, yes, if you come to this part, you see a lot of videos that I did when I was encouraging you guys when the market was dipping. I came to this place, and 4 days ago, I told you guys that the worst is over. The worst is over. And the beautiful thing about situations, even in your personal life or in your business, anytime you discover that something bad is happening, or I don't know how to put it, maybe the toughest time in your life that things are very hard, that even you respect 15 naira, it is close to the end. It is just a normal thing that you should experience in life when things are really, really, really tough. One point in time in the city of Lagos, things were really tough, guys. Things were really, really tough. After school, I took up a job that I was not supposed to, in terms of class and all those things. Some of my friends will ask me, "What are you doing now?" I couldn't tell them. I went to meet one of my friend in the I think Apapa area, and he was asking me, "What are you doing now?" When I mentioned it, the guy was just weak. He asked me. He said, "Semitula, do you mean you are doing this job?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, what happened? So we see what happened. So even I myself, I was like, is it that, all those kind of thinking. But guess what? I just follow the scripture. He said, whatsoever your hand finds to do, forget those pride that we have in school and all those things, you wonder that, you've, no. He said, whatsoever your hands finds to do. One of my friends came to my office and saw me doing some installation, and he wondered, he said, where did you learn this from? It was that scripture. It was that scripture. It was that scripture that make it to happen. So when the market is down, when it's coming down, that was when I noticed that. No, in fact, the very day that it was dipping, I was sharing with my community. I said the worst is over now. This one is the U-turn. This one is the U-turn. So I did the worst is over, and I came here. I said, let me just share my heart with you guys. I said, what? Don't waste your pain. This dip is gold. Opportunity to buy. A lot of stocks were selling at a cheaper price. Opportunity. It's very difficult to encourage someone to pump money into something that is going down, that is not, as an investor, you need to think abnormally. You understand? I was listening to the CDS of Nigeria, and they said a soldier is trained to be a madman, like where people are running away from, he's trained to run towards it. So you should be a soldier in this market. I tell you, you should be a soldier in this market. That's the mentality I want you to push to this. You understand? Don't come here and look back. That's what the Bible said. It said you are not fit. Don't come and start. You put 500,000 and it's now 250,000 that is remaining, or 200,000. You say it is not for me. I think I should just be going home. Say, my heart is beating. Do you know what? Do you think your heart is beating is how you become billionaires? Do you know what it means to be a billionaire? A billionaire means you have the ability or the capacity to lost billion. Go and ask Dangote. Let them tell you how much they lose. So if you cannot lose million, you cannot make million. If you cannot lose billion, you cannot. That is just how life is. I'm telling you, it is so strange. But sometimes your brain train you to just continue to make the money without no loss. And most times you now fall into scam. Because the normal laws that you're supposed to take, that you learn and grow, you now come into scam. Because why? You're not asking somebody, if I ask this business, what am I going to do? I see a lot of people. I was reading an article. I don't know how real it is. The guy just estimated how much it costs to build an hotel. Yeah, he was mentioning, I think, 1 billion or 900 million, and he said for 5 years, the owner could not realize that. Because a lot of stealings, a lot of things happening in the hotel, and maybe in a year you make 100 million as profit, and a lot of people celebrate and say, God, they make money. But if you subtract that from how much you invested, which is like 1 billion or 900 million, you realize that nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. But the business is just there surviving. People outside think, wow, but you inside, you look at, no, this is not it. And before you know, sometimes you put it for sale, or sometimes you just manage it and say, okay, maybe by the time you cross, you'll be able to break even and make your capital back. Maybe, and by then, after you break even, make capital back, you see another new hotel spring up, and people are like, wow, Those hotels, everything there is old and new. And before you know, you invest another money again to renovate. So what am I trying to share? If you want to make money, be ready. Be ready. Losing is part of winning. Don't come here and think it's just you win, 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 win. No, 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 no. Of course, you can get to that point to win, 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 but that's the result of what you've lost. You lost. Sometimes God will take a man down to lift him up. But if you don't understand, he will be complaining when he's down. You will not know that there are lessons to learn there before you shoot up. Because sometimes you live life forward, but you understood life backward. It's when you look back, you can say, oh, this is the reason why this happened. This is the reason why this happened. So this loss that you've seen, this dip that you've seen, is going to happen again. It's going to happen again. But when it happened again, what lesson will you say you pick? Because when it was happening now, you're just saying, God, let the market go up. I'll just take my profit, take my own money. I'll not do this thing again. Now the market is up. You say, it's like I'll wait for it a little bit too. You are just confused, Oga. You are just confused. So if the market is bouncing here, and that will make a lot of sense, and we'll be expecting some good return. So I make all these videos to just encourage you guys, because I know some of you are new in the system. You actually need encouragement, and I'm glad a lot of you appreciated the work I've done so far. I didn't leave you in the hands of I don't want you to be confused, to not know what to do, because at this point in time, I know you need guidance, and I cannot talk to individual at one point in time. That's why I hosted a program in my WhatsApp where I talked, I think, close to an hour. I answered a lot of questions, and I also gave some insight on what is happening in the market, and that everything is going to calm down. And I also gave a particular stock for them that when it pull back, they should also buy. Those who bought by now should be in 20%. And I'm going to do another full video in analyzing that same company and also throw out some opportunities that are there. Guys, if I make any recommendation here, it's the same in those in the WhatsApp group, because every video here, the link I always shared in the WhatsApp group. You understand? And I've shared reason why I don't type recommendation in the group, because by the time you type, you have a group of over 900 persons. We are hitting 1,000 soon before we cross to 2026. So if you say buy this, a lot of people will have different opinion. But if you listen to my video, I might answer some of the questions you might have. No company have 100% that ticks 100%. There's no company. You only move with your bias, move with what you have. A company can be in loss, negative, everything negative, and you can buy it and make money. Imagine you recommend such a company in a community. Some people, they are value investors. Some, they've never sold since they started buying. So when you tell them to do this, they will tell you, this is not like this, not like this. So there are different kinds of people there. So that is why I love to do this. And if there's any other question from it, of course, not all calls, that you must not follow all calls. You understand? If anyone suits you and aligns with your belief, you go with it. But if it does not, you just ignore. I also did this, the market bouncing back, which I'm very, very sure a lot of people also got value from it. And I did the AC recovers, and I also share light on 2 banking stocks that you should be loading here. Treat banking stock like a long time stock. So if somebody asks me long time, say, go and get the banks. So that's why I share those 2 banks there. Of course, they are having a hard time now, but it's good to follow them at the hard time so that you also benefit. Then I gave a shares here, which I gave analysis, and I was so glad, because you guys are so smart. You actually decode the stock that I'm talking about. I'm going to do another video where I'll give analysis, and a lot of people are like, but you told us. I don't want to show the videos. Yeah, I don't want to show the videos, but you know what I'm talking about. Say, but you told us that we should sell. Because of that, I develop a trade for. Sorry about that, but I was just telling you the information that's available at that time. So a lot of things can change. Today, you listening to me can be a millionaire, and I can address you like a millionaire, that you are now a millionaire. So tomorrow, if you are a billionaire, I will not stick to that millionaire. I will call you billionaire, because you have actually changed level. So as at the time I asked you to sell, the stock was not really, really a good one based on. So it's just fluctuating over that area. You understand? And I said for a long time, good. You want to buy for your children? Good. But short time, you don't want to tie money down, because as at that time I did that video, a lot of stocks were doing 50%, 100%, 200%. So I see no reason where you see stocks that are doing that number, you will not tie yourself down in that particular stock. That's why I said you should sell off. And around that period, I have some recommendations, good recommendation that can actually help you make some cool money. So let's quickly move back to what we are discussing. So these are some transactions that happen. The financial service sector always lead by volume, and followed by the consumers goods also. The consumer goods industry also did some nice performance, and followed by the service industry. So if you look, these are the three core areas that always pull some volume. And the trading in the top three equities, namely Cornerstone Insurance, we have Access Bank, and we have Zenith Bank. So you see insurance and what? And banking. A lot of people will say 2026 is going to be the year for insurance, of course, because a lot of things is going to happen in the space. And if you look at what we have right here, we see that the financial services has actually regained back their position. You understand? Regain back their position, and we have 89%. Subsequent week, next week, we're going to have 90 something here, and you see the consumer goods has just 2%, then the service has 2%. Why the rest have 7%? So you can see how huge the banking. Because why we're seeing this huge movement is, one, when a lot of people are in profit, most of those funds that invest their money in, they're sitting there in profit of millions and millions. So because of this tax of 18, a lot of people decide to sell. Not until when Taiwo came up, when they noticed that the blood on the street is too much. And also I shared some interesting quotes just to help some people in the group. I posted it, and just want to let you know that in times like this, you just need some information to help you. I said, buy when there is blood in the street. I said, even if the blood is yours. So I'm not in this concept. We are not. You have to change the blood from what? From stock. So buy when the stocks in the street. You understand? Just in context, so that you not think that it's blood. So buy when the stock is down, even if it is your stock that is down. What do you want to do? You want to buy more, which is like averaging down. So let me take it here. Then we move to, so when it was too much, because you see, for the economy to hit 1 trillion, the market need to support it. Like I always say, the market is the barometer of measuring if a company or if a country is actually doing well or not. They don't zoom to see how individuals are struggling or how individuals are passing through hard time. They just look at what the market is doing and assume and conclude that this economy is actually growing and is doing well. So it takes time for all these things to actually get to the common man. And that is why you see a lot of people are like, but things are hard, but the market. So to me, I just think distribution is going on in the market. People are making money in the market, but not everybody are actually aware of what is going on in the market. So this is the key news that actually changed everything, because that's the main reason why a lot of people are actually offloading their holdings. So this is it here. He said, for the purpose of CGT effective from 1st of January 2026, the cost base for existing investment will be reset to the higher of. So A, the actual acquisition cost and the closing market price as at 31st December 2025. This ensure fairness and prevent the application of the new rule to gains accrue before the new law takes effect. So if you have any of these stocks in your portfolio that you are getting good money, as at 31st, when you get to 31st of December, that current price will be used as your entry price. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that amazing? It's amazing, because that's what we actually needed for the market to be safe. So now a lot of people are saying, but the foreign investors are going. See, I always share with people that the foreign investors that we have, they are not much. You can see foreign investment portfolio is just 24%, and 76% are domestic. That is you and I. They are domestic, and out of these 76%, we now have 26% now. No, 76% will now amount to 100% in this regard there. So inside that 100% now, we now have 77% are institutional investor. So these are the guys offloading, in the sense that they don't want that gain to be taxed, because it will be a carryover gain. So they are the one here that are actually selling, that is causing effect in the market. And a lot of people, I'm not saying maybe foreign portfolio investors, they are not selling on all that, but I'm just sharing that if 77% are selling, is it going to make effect if only 24% are selling? If only 24% are selling, I don't think it's going to make effect. The effect we are seeing is because 77% are actually selling, and that is why the market is actually coming down. And what they plan to do is to sell and wait until maybe 1st of January, then they will now start coming into the market. That was what they were doing. So the market, the real plan for the market is to continue to be dipping. You understand? But with this adjustment or clarification that this man made, it makes the market to rebound, and that is what we witness here. We see the bounce here. So if you come to this part now, you can see these are retail investors, which is me and you. We make up 23%. So men lie, women lie, data don't lie, numbers don't lie. Your director can even lie, your governor can lie, but data cannot lie. You can see this is data that we are working with, raw data. So if you made up your mind not to be moved by any other news but read data, you make money in this market. So you can see the data. So definitely this gives that assurance that our market is a bit stable because it's being dominated by domestic investors, both foreign and the ones living in Nigeria. And that was the main reason when the fall was coming, and the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, actually pledged that the federal government will adopt a cautious and consultative approach in implementing the research. So now what he's trying to say now is the 30% that is mark off, we might get a reduction or a deduction to maybe 15% or 20%. That will make a lot of sense. But the main reason was that thing I showed you, the 31st stuff. That's the main reason people were selling because they don't want the carryover gains to be taxed. Like I said in this video, I said people can sit down in a stock that is giving them profit for 10 years, but they can't sit there in a stock that is showing them red for just 2 weeks. They can't. That's why you see the cascading effect. In fact, some people were asking me, hope this thing will not go to zero. I told them it's not crypto. It will not go to zero. So just to conclude, let's quickly move to the top gainers of the week, and so that you can see how stock actually perform. You see, top gainers, we have NCR doing like 32%. We discovered NCR at 4.5 naira in my stock secret society. We have ASO saving also. We have Champion Brewery. We have International Energy Insurance, Secure Electronic. We have Cornerstone. We have Japan Gold. We have Guinea Insurance, FTN Cocoa. We have Legend Internet. And if you jump to the top losers, we have Union Decon lost to 6. We have Austin Lars. We have Motivas. We have Dangote Cement. We have Academy Press. We have Transcom Power. We have Triple G. We have Associated Boss Company. We have Red Star. These are the guys that actually lost. And so far, the adjustment that we had for dividends is Ikeja Hotel. We have Nigerian Exchange Group. We have Presco, Baja Paint, and we also have Seplat. So this is this Ministry of Finance Incorporated listing of 1 billion unit of Ministry of Finance Incorporated Real Estate Investment Fund. That is 2. That is MOFI. So MOFI has been listed. So the price is 100 naira. Okay. And the tenure is 99 years. That's 100 years. This is massive. This is massive. So guys, these are some few information I just want to jump to your feeds to share with you, and I hope you are actually getting value. Just for you to get top traders, we have Stanbic trade 4.2 billion, Access Bank 3.1 billion, we have Zenith 1.6, we have Guarantee 1. You can see that the money is jumping back into the system. So they actually sold all these stocks and now they are coming back into all these stocks. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that I get notified when I post enriching videos like this. Until I come your way again, keep making money and keep protecting your profit. I love you, my friends, and there is nothing you can do about it. Hands to head salute. See you in the next one.